So the amygdala area of the brain is designed to detect danger. It evaluates and processes information long before the information is going to be consciously processed. You can imagine we're built like that on purpose for survival. If you're being chased by a bear, you're probably not going to want to assess the size, the shape, the type of bear, the speed of the bear. You just want to mobilize and get away. So the amygdala keeps us alive, and it works pretty well. What we are hoping is that the amygdala matches the environment. And when it does, we have mental health. When it does not, that's when we begin to see signs of mental illness. So information comes up the spinal cord, comes to the thalamus, arrives at the amygdala first. And if the amygdala determines it's not a threat, that all is okay, then it's going to stay at its baseline level, or whatever that may be. If the amygdala perceives some sort of threat or danger, it's going to activate. And it activates in proportion to the perceived threat. If it perceives the threat as little, it will activate a little. If it perceives the threat as major, it's going to activate a lot. So when the amygdala activates, one thing that it does is it sends strong signals to the upper areas of the brain to actually shut them down. So if there's a little bit of stress, the amygdala shuts down a little bit of the cortical areas. If you get really triggered, you might literally lose your mind. The amygdala hijacks the brain. And this is when people act in ways then when they're not really being themselves. They may even say and do things that they don't remember afterwards. And in the context of being chased by a bear, this is potentially good, probably good. But even a little bit of amygdala activation will result in some suppression of the cortical areas, the upper regions of the brain. So when that happens, it makes it more difficult to reason through things rationally, to problem solve, to set goals, and to think straight. And we see this with clients who present with anxiety and depression, or have a history of trauma or addiction. They're likely to have issues if their work requires them to think rationally and consciously. And typically what we need to do at the beginning, at the start of their treatment plan, and potentially at the start of their sessions, is to calm the amygdala down, to initiate sessions with body-based exercises, with breathing-based exercises, with relaxation-based exercises, and techniques such as mindfulness, relaxation, hypnosis, acceptance, that induce the relaxation response in the body in order that we're able to access those cortical regions of the brain for the different kind of work that we'd be seeking to do within that session.